Dave,
John.
Shane,
Chad.
these Sci-Fi Guys.
Welcome to the Sci-Fi Guys. I am Dave, and with me is Shane.
Hey, everybody.
Hello there.
And John.
You know, I'm genuinely kind of sad we didn't have hype music this week, right before we started recording.
Well, this movie did not really have...
No music.
I know, and that's the shame.
It had a lot of 90s music,
Yeah,
but, you know...
nothing
Ew.
iconic. Nothing iconic.
Nothing iconic in this movie. No major music standouts.
And isn't that just sad? It's just
Yeah.
Yeah,
build
well,
up.
if you guys haven't figured out, last week we did Mortal Kombat. This week we are continuing the fight series with Street Fighter.
We are.
We're just making up that the fight series. I have no idea. I didn't label the other one as fight part 1 of 2 or whatever. But okay, Rotten Tomatoes. I'm just gonna go straight down. Shane, what'd they give it?
Oh, Lord. 35.
Okay, Chad.
15.
Wow.
Jeez, Louise.
Man, John.
Merciless.
I say 59.
Okay, Chad's the closest. They gave it an 11.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness.
Holy cow.
Yikes.
And
What
11.
was MK at?
MK was
44.
44. I kept it in here
Golly.
just so you can see the difference.
Ruthless. Ruthless.
And a lot more people
Jeez.
liked the popcorn meter on Mortal Kombat than they
protest.
did
Well,
on Street Fighter.
golly.
And that's very strange for a Van Damme movie too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I
mean,
protest.
well, look at the difference. 75 reviews. The other one had 45.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I don't know how close you can really take these,
Yeah.
to heart or whatever. I do apologize for everyone. I'm a little dark because all my lights above me that are in the back, like 90% of them are dead. I didn't
Ew.
charge them this week. So
Oh, Dave.
usually it's like once a month, and usually they kind of give me a heads up. Oh, they're starting to go, but nope. I was like, oh well, too late now.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah,
It's very
all
much
good.
the
It's all-
ambiance in the back, though. You have
Yeah.
that very
Well, I got the
calming-
Street Fighter game. Well, I had it on. It's
No, I saw it earlier.
moving-
I saw it
it's
earlier.
moving earlier it's doing all kinds of different stuff.
Mhm.
But I did have the game. I pulled out my console and plugged it
Yeah,
in and
offline, I saw it.
put it on there. Okay, let's just start. I'm the one asking the questions this week, so
Yeah.
yay.
Let's do it.
Okay, Street Fighter is based on a video game, but it leans into the military sci-fi action tropes. Do you think it succeeds more as a video game adaptation or a standalone campy sci-fi film?
See, here's my problem. I don't think you can have one without the other. Like, I don't think it's a good campy sci-fi film if you don't know that it's Street Fighter. And I don't think it's a good game adaptation if you don't have a story that the campy sci-fi film gave it. So for me, it's
Way
I
to ride that
cannot do-
fence. Way
Yeah.
to ride that fence.
it's the only way to do it, because to me it cannot be one without the other. It cannot. But that is my opinion.
But that's what this show's all about, is opinions.
Right.
So in theory here, the game did not have a story behind it. So they had to have some kind of cheesy and corny, gamey story to make it ride on. And they didn't do such a good job on it. Yeah, I'm with John. I'm on the fence. It was well known for what the game was, and a little bit of story. I mean, he gave some, but not much.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
Shane, how about you?
Well, I think if you were going for 90s campy, I think you hit the nail on the head. Very, very, very campy. Is what I got to say. I, honestly, to me, besides it having the characters from Street Fighter, I don't think it was a good adaptation. I don't feel like it really fit what the game really entailed. Now, to be honest with you, as Chad said, the game did not have much of a storyline anyway. So it was just you have a bunch of people and they're fighting. That's what it was. So it did add something by having that military storyline, kind of like what we were talking about. But I don't think it really truly it didn't really hit either one very well. But I think it much more leans to just the 90s campy movie with Street Fighter characters.
Yeah, I'll go with that. For me, I think Chad hit the nail on the head. There was no story behind the game. It was, hey, let's just fight. Of course, Mortal Kombat didn't really have a story behind the game either.
No,
But they kind of made it. I think Mortal Kombat did maybe a little bit better. I don't know. We'll discuss that stuff a little bit more later. But I really think this was more sci-fi campy goofiness, over the top acting, all that, Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so Street Fighter came out in an era when sci-fi action heroes were often American military types. How does Guile compare to other 90s sci-fi heroes like Schwarzenegger's Quaid in Total Recall or Stallone's Spartan in Demolition Man? And you don't have to use just those two.
what about you, Shane?
I am a Jean-Claude Van Damme fan, but I couldn't stand him in this movie. I was not a fan of what he did. I thought it was extremely more cheesy than a lot of other things, but I thought it was extremely cheesy. I think when you think about some of his more prominent films like Bloodsport, for example, one of my favorites. Great movie. I thought he did a great job in this. This was not his best role. He honestly went for the cheesy kind of over the top military character, and he superseded it. And I didn't like it. I'll be honest with you. It was one of his worst roles to me, in my opinion. but I could be convinced differently. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
Just trying out there is new sounds in here. I didn't know.
So yeah, I agree with this. Was not his best role. I agree with that, Shane. He overplayed Guile. I wish he probably would have dialed it back just a little and waited that overpowering at that final speech. You're like, hey, I just got let go, but I'm going to go do this. Who's coming with me? Type attitude. So Stallone did it better with Demolition Man. Even if you look in, even Schwarzenegger with, if you look in his, with Schwarzenegger with, what's another Commando, he goes. So it just, I think these Capcom did saw how Stallone and Schwarzenegger, all these films they were doing, and just, hey, let's do it this way and play over top and try to beat them. And it didn't do so well. Guile, I mean, I love the characters, Guile, but Van Damme was not the they wouldn't do that as not the one to pick to do this with.
I mean, fair. Like, I don't necessarily think he's like top dog in most fights, including some that he was in the film. But in regards to just like overall comparisons, I don't necessarily think he was that far off from a lot that we've seen in terms of what they're trying to go with big macho military man. Now, I'm not saying they put him in the best storyline for him to compare to the others. I think you give him more standalone time, I think he would live up to what some of the other guys we've seen are like. But in the context of what he's in, yeah, I can see where he's a lot campier and a lot more just goofy, silly. But I think in terms of the archetype, I think he's 100% there. It's just he's fit into a story that makes him seem not so there.
Jean-Claude Van Damme was not known for Stallone and Arnold were in their own realm. They were basically muscle men. Jean-Claude was a fighter. He was martial arts. And so for them to transform him from strictly martial arts in most of his movies to the pseudo 90s military type, I think they did fine. I really think that they did an okay job with it. Although the accent and he had the American flag on his muscle, just kind of, when he went like that, when I can't do it because I have no muscles. All right, they should have made him British or made him whatever his country is from.
I thought it was a British Columbia.
Yeah, whatever, but I don't think they did a bad job on. And trying to compare Jean-Claude to Arnold and to Sly, you're comparing apples to oranges, really. There's no way really to compare them because you had two of them were blockbuster movies and this was not. Jean-Claude was never really in, I don't think, any blockbuster movie ever. He wasn't in that tier of actor. He was good in what he did. I loved watching his movies.
The only one that might kind of qualify is the Expendables when you think about those later on.
But that's
blockbuster, but not in his prime, like you said, Dave. Not in his prime.
Yeah. I think you said Bloodsport was probably one of his biggest that he did before that. And that was not a blockbuster. It was its own genre niche, I guess you could call it. It was very specific to a very small group of people.
What movie did he play as a French Legion officer?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, he was not known for a blockbuster.
He wasn't known. So, but I think they did a pretty well job keeping him making him to that type of standard.
Yeah.
Was it a successful? That'll be for all of us to decide later. Okay, let's go to the next question because I've got 4 questions and we're gonna do a tournament.
Oh Lord!
So just giving y'all a heads up. I sent it out in the text. So okay.
Well,
if you were stuck inside of Street Fighter's world, which character's tech or fighting style would you borrow to survive? Come on. What would you guys do? I was just trying to on there just a little while ago. Man, I suck. I haven't played it in years. I don't remember any of the special moves. I got wiped out in like 30 seconds. It seemed like, I think Ken and Ryu were the most powerful in the game. Honestly, other than who's the Indian guy?
The Indian guy. He stretches.
Can't think of his name.
Yeah, because he had that long, stretch the arms or whatever. So it was basically making up for a what is it, far away attack? So Ken and Ryu went. If you could get the uppercut, right?
Oh yeah. time it just right, you're set.
You could wipe anybody out easily. And,
Really?
I preferred playing Guile because I could never get it. I could get the sonic boom. I could never get that little Ryuki. I could never get that right. Give me the
Sonic boom.
I could do that. Of course, I don't remember. I knew it was backward, then forward, or something, or
back, forward, up. A B A B A C A B.
Well, and then also the backflip. He had that backflip where he'd do the backflip and then the kick at the same time. So,
been way too long since I played this game. Been way too long.
Yeah, but I mean that would be me, or because one I'm either that or Hondo. The sumo guy, just because I'm old and fat. So,
he's the guy I always played. I always played Hondo. That's the one I always played. Didn't never get very far, but he's the one I always used.
I always did Ryu.
John, you were saying something?
Well, I was gonna say I would do Hondo just because I feel like I am him. You got a large guy, just throws his weight around in the ring. Like nothing describes my fighting style more than just a big guy who throws his weight around. And it is the most fun fighting style there is because a lot of the times you get to be more random. And there's nothing like trying to fight someone who's random. And it is very difficult. And my guy was very fun in the film. I don't know how fun in the game. I have not played the game much. I haven't gone through all the characters probably ever, maybe one or two.
It depends on which version. I mean, I played mostly Street Fighter 2 is the one I played the most. And then there's looking on that machine I got there. There's like 100 of them. It seems like there's so many different ones. Street Fighter Tournament, Street Fighter this, Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter.
Then you have the Japanese versions and then American versions, and
the Street Fighter 2 is what a lot of people played it on. And
well, it seemed like Street Fighter, the original game, wasn't that popular.
No.
Then Street Fighter 2 came out, and it was like, wow, this is awesome. And then they did 3 where they added some of the other characters. Is all they basically did was add some new characters to the arc, which you kind of saw in the movie. Most of this movie was Street Fighter 2 with a little bit of 3 sprinkled in there, like Cammy at the end with this one with the pigtails, the other military one. She was a character, and then same with the Indian guy. I can't remember, not Indian, but American Indian.
The one is this Cherokee. It's the Cherokee band.
Cherokee, thank you. Yeah, yeah.
See, I always like the
were kind of, they were in Street Fighter 3. They weren't in 2. So. Okay, let me go with this question here. Both Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat had to wrestle with the problem of huge character rosters. Did either movie succeed at balancing fan service with coherent storytelling?
I think if you're talking about storytelling now this is strictly the movies is what we're talking about.
The
right?
movies, not the game, just the movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the better storyline was Mortal Kombat. And that's something I'll talk about a little bit later, but that's my opinion. From looking at our ratings, I think I'm one of the few that thinks that. But that's okay. That's okay. We will talk about that later. But yes, in my opinion, I think Mortal Kombat did a better job of the overall storyline. But I'll preface it in saying I kind of like the little darker storyline myself than more of the campy ones usually. So that kind of fits my usual niche, I guess, if you call it that. That might not even be the right word, but
that sounds good. Yeah, sure.
I mean,
all right, John.
I'll say to me, Street Fighter to me does a better job of the balance, just because I think we get a more cohesive storyline that isn't so random on the front end. As characters are introduced, they then develop into a way that brings them into the greater story a little better to me, which overall I think felt a little more natural, I guess would be the best word to say, in Street Fighter. Whereas Mortal Kombat, I felt like we brought in a bunch of random people, we kind of threw a random story on top of those people and called it a day. But in Street Fighter, it felt more like, hey, let's actually follow this linear storyline. And as we do, we're going to pick people up along the way. And so for me, in that way, it worked a little better.
Got to go with Shane on this. I don't. I remember watching this as a kid. I played Street Fighter 2 and watched this. Yeah, okay, I was excited with what it was, but the story, it just kept so long on the getting to the general. When you got towards the end of this, that's when it started opening up where it was what I liked. Mortal Kombat, I'm sorry, it's that dark, that storyline. I always like Mortal Kombat over Street Fighter 2, so you're going to see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, looks like we're split down the middle because I'm more towards John. You know, seems like the left high, this side of the screen kind of likes it, and then the other side doesn't.
Yep, me and Chad on the same wavelength over here.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the storytelling was because one, Mortal Kombat, you basically had one bad dude, you know. You had the guy with the arms. You had Scorpion and Sub-Zero who were in it for a total of like 30 seconds, it seemed like. You know. And that was it for villains, you know. I mean, you really didn't. And then you had the three main characters plus Raiden, who was sort of in there, and then you had the one girl who was the queen or princess or whatever, who was sort of in there. You know, this one, you had a lot more characters. Yes, Van Damme was the main character in the movie besides Julia. What's his name? Julia. Oh God.
Dreyfus.
No. Raw Julia. Raw. They were like the two basically main characters, but everybody else kind of supported them. And I thought Street Fighter did a better job of getting them all together instead of just, hey, get on this boat, and then we're gonna go fight. You know,
that's fair. That's fair.
I thought the story to get them all together and get them all in on the same page was better.
Oh yeah,
that's fair.
Okay,
that is.
All right, let's do a tournament. Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat versus Sci-Fi Legends.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Do it.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Opening round will be Guile from Street Fighter versus Judge Dredd.
I am the law.
Dredd.
Okay. You got to support it. Go. All right, Shane, you said Dredd. Why?
I just think he's more of a fierce fighter than Guile is. I think Dredd is just ruthless. I think he's going to find a way to win because like you said, I am the law. I'm going to make this happen. So I think Dredd.
Okay. Chad?
See, with Dredd, the thing is, will he be able to use his gun, or is he just going to be hand to hand?
That's up to you to decide.
So if strictly because in Street Fighter, I don't think there was. I think nobody was able to state fire.
Yeah, they did when they had the big battle. There was all kinds of shooting up.
No, I'm talking about in the game now. I'm not talking about.
Oh, in the game? No, there was none in the game.
So if it's strictly Guile versus Dredd, if you put Van Damme with it, it's going to be I'm going to have to go with Guile because he's trained in martial arts. Putting the Guile with me because Dredd was I am the law, but he had a weakness. He couldn't really break the law. How far can he go if Guile took him somewhere else?
Okay, John.
Honestly, I think I go Dredd too, just because he has a better gun, and that no further questions, Your Honor, on that one. That is literally the only reason I'm saying Dredd.
Yep. And I am in agreement with you. I will say Dredd also, just because Guile couldn't shoot worth a darn. He looked like a Star Wars. All right.
He was a stormtrooper. Hey, Guile versus stormtrooper. That's the real
there you go.
That we should have done that. You know,
that's a fair fight.
Okay, so Dredd. I'm having to write this
I said
down
no guns on mine.
Yeah, but I mean in the movie they use guns, and
Mhm.
Dredd is known for his,
Yep.
Okay.
Stun.
Okay, next one. Oh, Jane's gonna love this one.
Oh, I got this one.
Scorpion from Mortal Kombat or the Predator. Think about it this way. Both are hunters with teleporting stealth skills.
See, I think that's what makes them so even, which to me then gives Scorpion the advantage because he has fire. Right?
That's fair. Fair.
Just burn the jungle down. I mean, how hard is it? It's going to be pretty hard for the Predator to hide in the jungle when it's not there anymore. Okay?
That's true. That's true. That's true.
That's true. But here's this: the Predator could go stealth, where Scorpion could not go exoskeleton, where do camouflage himself like Reptile could. So since that was, I gotta go with Predator because he'll get him from the distance before Scorpion even walks up. He see the heat signature,
and he's also got the.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Shane. What is your opinion?
I think based off of pure animalistic killing instinct versus evil, I think you got to go with Predator. I think they're just built different. And I think I think that's what's going to happen. I think Predator's going to end up. Now, I do think it's evenly matched. I'll be honest with you, but I got to go with Predator. As much as I love Scorpion, I got to go with Predator.
Yeah, I was thinking Scorpion would be able to have a better range with his, get over here and then get him up close. But I think it would be difficult for Scorpion to find the Predator. And when the Predator got to that, even if you got through his tech, because his tech was pretty good, I think he would definitely put up a good fight. So I'll go with Predator also. Okay, let's go with number 3, Blanca. Let's go with Street Fighter, the game on this one, because Blanca on the movie was So
he was
Blanca versus the Hulk.
2 words: Hulk smash. End of story.
Puny God.
To me, Blanca has no shot against like the Hulk. Now I say that, but if you bring
he's
tacos,
only got that electricity that
Yeah, but if you bring tacos, the Hulk's calm again, okay? And therefore, if tacos are involved, Blanca all day. Otherwise, the Hulk has literally every other advantage: size, strength, all the rest.
Think about the Hulk that was in Age of Ultron when he attacked the city. Think that Hulk. Not the one that was eating tacos and pancakes.
No. My only caveat was tacos. Otherwise, the Hulk all day.
See,
here's tacos, Blanca.
Fair.
So here's this: you can Hulk smash everything, but Blanca's got electrical. That finish, that move he's got in that game. I'm sorry, Blanca all day long.
Chad needs to be muted for that comment. He needs to be muted.
I'm gonna go with
blasphemy.
Just because Hulk was made from radiation.
Yeah,
I don't think the electricity is going to bother him that much. Honestly, I think it'd be a good fight. I really do. I just don't know how often Blanca could do that.
Well, I think Blanca was. And that's one thing this movie did. It showed how he was created. So he was created just somewhat like not with chemicals or with radiation, with pure mind control. Like what was that movie? The Manchurian Candidate.
Good movie.
So yeah. It would be a good fight. I go with Blanca because Hulk smash. That's his favorite. I want to smash and just grab you, go up and down until you no more. Blanca will, if he doesn't get it, he'll regenerate that electricity and keep going after him.
Yeah, right. But as a group, we're gonna have to go with, because we can't be split. So we're gonna have to go with an answer. So we went with Hulk. Okay, next question will be
smash.
Raiden. Where am I at? Raiden versus
Oh, Chad's got this one.
Raiden versus Darth Vader.
That's a see with knowing how suit was built by the Emperor to withstand not to withstand it unless his force lightning. It's got to be Raiden all day long because the Raiden was a Thunder Guard. He can shoot electrical bolts at Vader.
Chad did not pick Vader. What in the world is going on here?
We live in an alternate universe.
What in the
Something
world
happened.
is going on?
The power of like because remember at Return of the Jedi when Vader grabbed the Emperor with his lightning, he saw everything was electric, all his system would get fried. Now, if Vader was wearing the suit that he created to get away from that suit, I'll choose Vader all day long. But if the Vader is just wearing what the Emperor put him in, Raiden.
Okay, fair.
See, here's where I land on the Sith Lord side, and that is you can't shoot lightning if you're choking already. You can't shoot lightning if you're already dead. And to me,
That's
Vader's
true.
got that all day. Vader's
That's
got
true.
you got to be able to shoot the lightning to hit the lightning, and I don't think he's going to have a shot.
Okay, Shane.
So to borrow a term from the wrestling world to help explain this, 2 words: ruthless aggression.
Yeah.
That's Darth Vader, and I just don't think you beat that.
Well, I was going to say I'm going to go Vader also. I figured all of us were going to go Vader just because he could use his lightsaber to deflect the lightning from Raiden. And if that's his only offensive power is the lightning, I think that either, like John said, okay, he's going to be choking while he's doing this. Also, he could deflect it. He could just push him away, using the force or whatever.
But you got to think with Raiden, he also one of the most was teleportation of going down and coming right at you. And go,
True.
Superman. I'm just
Let you get your
I'm
head
just
cut off
saying.
by a lightsaber. Just saying.
Okay.
I'm just going with just in theory. He gets hit with that, his electrical thing will fry. So
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, so now that was round 1. And it looks like none of Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat won on any of those. So let's see if they will in round 2. Round 2, we'll go with Bison versus Thanos.
Okay, come on.
this
You
even a
can't say,
question?
are they going to win any of round 2? And the first one in round 2 is some weirdo who
Thanos
has no shot against Thanos.
without the glove.
Have you seen Thanos
Deal.
without the glove? My man's like
Deal.
4 times the size of Bison.
I'm just telling you what.
And he beat Hulk.
see,
He
thing
beat
is,
the Hulk single-handedly.
thing is, you can't put stipulations on this if Thanos can't have the glove.
But
Okay,
let's be
fine.
real, though.
We'll say
Thanos
Thanos.
conquered
Fine.
entire worlds without the glove. He
Yeah, I
doesn't need
I'm
the
going to choose
glove.
Thanos anyway
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
there's
it's just
no-
his blade.
There's no
I did
comparison
this-
here. There's no comparison.
I did it with AI. That's who they put it up against. So okay.
Chat GPT failed on this particular one. They
Yeah,
failed.
this one
Yeah.
was for sure. Okay. All right, here we go. Maybe we got a chance here. Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat versus Mr. Freeze from DC Comics.
Oh, okay, yeah. We do have a chance.
I'll go Sub-Zero. Still freeze.
I was gonna say Sub-Zero. I think for sure. Especially when I think of Mr. Freeze from the movies.
Yes.
Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
I know it's Arnold, but still.
I have to go Sub-Zero too, without a doubt.
Sub-Zero.
Yeah, I just think that I think also his fighting ability is going to be
Yes.
better, up close and personal.
Agreed.
Okay, Chun-Li versus Sarah Connor
Ooh.
from Terminator.
Chun-Li, who was
So I think when you
Chun-Li,
talk about
She was
Sorry.
the one that that could flip upside down and spin around. It was Ming La Sing. I can't think of her. She's the one that's been in everything. She's the one that had the little ponytails. On this movie. But
yeah.
So I
if you
think
don't
when
go,
you talk about-
if you don't
Sorry,
go
go
with
ahead.
just the movie, if you go with the game itself, Think about that.
Yeah, you just want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll give you a thing. It says Fire Wilden, Chosen One versus Martial Arts Master with Chai Power. No. I'm sorry. That's the wrong one. Martial Arts Justice versus Survivalist Determination. Who wins in a gritty street level battle?
Sarah Connor all day long with his street battle.
See, I think when you talk about just overall just grit and determination and will to win, I think they're evenly matched.
Yeah.
Because Sarah Connor was not going to go down without a fight at all, and so I think that Chun-Li matches that. But I think when you add in the fighting period, I think you got to go with Chun-Li.
See,
John?
that is the key to me is fighting ability. 100% Chun-Li. I just think overall more fighting ability. Now, Sarah Connor has survival instinct and is not a bad fighter. But in terms of trained fighting versus just good fighter who needs to survive, I think trained fighter tends to win.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm in agreement
Trained.
too. I mean, she was trained, and Sarah Connor, didn't she get shot in one of the movies? And
I think so.
oh, the second one, she got something impaled in her leg or whatever, and so she definitely has, she's vulnerable. And I think Chun-Li has some of her abilities seem like they were able to get her out of situations.
Yeah.
If she needs it to.
Oh, yeah.
Train over grit, trained all day long. But
yeah. Okay, here we go. This is the one I wanted to definitely. Okay. Liu Kang versus Shang-Chi from Marvel. That was the one with all the rings. Yeah.
I think video game may give it more of an advantage towards Liu Kang, but I still think Shang-Chi has it in most advantages to me, especially with the rings.
now, which version of Mortal Kombat Liu Kang you want me to go with?
See, that does make a difference, but I don't know them well enough. So to me, Shang-Chi still for me.
Because you get into Mortal Kombat 3 and get on later on at 2, you learn bestiality, and Liu Kang's beast was the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing, he'll finish him by fire or finish him by just get the whole character and just rip him in half. So I go with Liu Kang on this. I know Chun-Li with his things is good, but Liu Kang, if he doesn't matter,
Shane?
I think if you're just basing it off of the movie, I think you got to go with Liu Kang. I think he is just that. He is the chosen one. He is the one who's going to save the world in Mortal Kombat. I just think he's got more. When you talk about his specific character, I just think he's got more grit. I think he's got more determination.
And you know what? I'm in agreement because I think what we know about Shang-Chi is he is still learning.
Mm-hmm.
So at this level, I don't think he's at the level that Liu is at yet.
Yeah,
Yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me write this down. Okay, here we go. Quarterfinals. Ready? Dread versus the Predator.
Predator.
John, what do you think?
Predator as well.
Okay, Predator it is. All right, Hulk versus Darth Vader.
Hulk.
I don't care.
Gosh.
Come on, John.
Vader with a force push of his saber straight to Hulk's head.
Fair.
All right.
Fair.
I'll go with Vader also.
Okay.
Just because I think
That's
it's
fair.
I don't want to. We don't need to talk too much because we're getting close on time. Okay, Thanos or Sub-Zero?
Sub-Zero.
Thanos.
Sub-Zero.
Man, we're split because I would have said Thanos. All right, I'll tell you what.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No, I mean, since I guess I'll just be since the two of you, we'll go Sub-Zero.
Okay.
Y'all say so. All right. Zero. Okay, Chung-Li or Liu Kang?
Ooh. Liu Kang, because I think he has more supernatural ability.
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's see here.
Vader.
Vader.
I declare it.
Yep.
Yeah. Vader.
Vader versus Predator. You say Vader, right?
Vader.
And
Yeah.
Sub-Zero versus Liu Kang.
Ooh,
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
No, Liu Kang, because he beat something. He used to.
Okay, in movie, I there is a fair point here that they did all
Use
beat
the
those.
Earth. Use what the Earth is.
All right,
I
so what do y'all
reversed my
say?
answer to Liu Kang.
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang. Okay.
I'll go with Liu Kang. I'll go with that.
Well, I'll go with it. That's fine. All right. For the finals,
Vader.
Darth Vader versus Liu Kang. Who wins?
Vader.
Vader.
No
He is our
comparison.
gladiator champ.
know the power of the dark side.
Unless he can get Liu Kang to the dark side, and
Oh, okay. Now we're stretching it a bit.
Now we're spinning. We're spinning here.
We're spinning. Okay. All right.
or die.
This is going to be short. Who did it better? Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? Okay. Cast.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, because they had some.
Street
I mean-
Fighter. I mean, you had better names.
Yeah, he had better names in Street Fighter than Mortal Kombat.
Oh. My wife just texted me, said, "You're still loud." Okay.
Goodness.
The fight scenes.
Mortal
Street
Kombat.
Fighter.
I'm tired of that because at the end, the fight scene was good in Street Fighter. You had more than you saw in Mortal Kombat. I gotta go with Street Fighter on this one.
Mortal
Okay,
Kombat.
Street Fighter it is.
In my opinion.
All right. Who had the better soundtrack?
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat.
Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Okay, here's the big one. Who had the better villain?
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat.
Kombat.
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat.
Kombat.
I disagree with you guys. I thought that
I thought
Street Fighter
Bison was
What?
good.
Cheesy off Nazi
I
Bison.
loved
No.
Bison. Yes, he was awesome. Okay. Well, that's all the questions and everything I have. Look at that. We're at 42 minutes already. We haven't even rated this thing. We're not going to try to fix these, but let's go ahead and rate this. Okay, we are going to rate this on a scale of 0 to 5 lightsabers. And I picked this movie, so I get to start. Yay, me. I like being last normally, but I'm gonna throw this out there. I know you guys are all gonna say you're nuts, which is fine. I don't care. It's my rating and it's mine. And here's a matter of fact. Let me do this. It's my rating, and I'm going to rate it how I want to.
It's my party, and I'll rate it if I want to.
Nice.
This movie was campy, extremely campy. It was Flash Gordon. It reminded me so much of Flash Gordon. Other than the good soundtrack, I think Flash was definitely. I'm going to give it a 2.5. I'm going to give it just a little bit below. If my keyboard would work, I'm going to give it a little bit below Flash Gordon just because the music was so much better on Flash Gordon. But it reminded me a lot of Flash Gordon. The whole campiness, the whole, the one-liners and stuff. It just. I know you guys are probably going to rate it lower, but I enjoyed it better than Mortal Kombat. I just thought that it did a better job overall with the cast and building up to the fight scene. I think it was, like Chad said, it was a little bit long getting to the fight scene at the end, but it still was only like an hour and a half movie. It really wasn't, or 2-hour movie. It wasn't like it was a super 2.5 hour movie. So somebody else, who's next? Come on, don't make me call
I go. Here's this. Like I said, this movie was it was 2 hours, like an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours. Movie. It took them so long to get to the final battle where you had the epic the Hody and the Russian fighting, and you had Bison fighting Gal. You had everything fighting. I would have loved to see Barack fight somebody other than just random people in the science room. I'm about with Dave on this. If it had not as much as campy it was, or if it had a very good soundtrack to go with it, it would have put it up there with Flash Gordon. I'm gonna go with 2.5. That's just where I'm at. I remember this as a kid, loved playing the game, and seeing the fighters fight in real life. That's where it's at.
Okay, Shane, how about you?
So I want it noted on this day in 2025, I have a lower rating than both Chad and Dave by a lot. So I want that noted. I did not enjoy the movie. I was not a fan. Now I'll be honest. The game, I enjoyed the Street Fighter game more than the Mortal Kombat game. I did. Thought the characters were a little bit better. There really wasn't much of a storyline for either one, so you really can't compare that. But I think that the characters were better in Street Fighter. The movie was a little too campy for me. The cast, I'll say, was much better. The cast was a lot better. Jean-Claude Van Damme kind of flopped, but I don't think he was set up for success with this movie. I think he would have fit in better in the Mortal Kombat movie. I think he would have fit in more in that realm than he would have in Street Fighter. I enjoyed the story.
He could have been a really good Johnny Cage.
Yeah,
he could have. I enjoyed the storyline and definitely the music of Mortal Kombat more. So I'm gonna rate this a solid 1.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness, Dave, Shane.
We've already said.
I wanted it noted this day.
You're still.
We have Chad, who did not vote for Darth Vader, and we have Shane, who votes lower than us.
I'm telling you, we're living in an alternate universe tonight.
What is?
Well, it is a full moon too. It is a full moon. Just saying.
John's going to turn his Shane.
Dave, I thought you already knew what I was going to do because I had put it in there, but apparently I don't think I clicked off so it would save and you could see it, which I think
I didn't know what you were going to do
just now. Honestly, I give it a 3 for 3 reasons.
Oh, that's a shade right there.
Wow. Number 1. That's very true, Chad. Number 1, humor. Number 2, it had a cohesive storyline. And number 3, I just enjoyed watching it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Those 3 reasons, it's a 3 for me.
That's how it should be.
I'm not saying it was great, and to be clear, Dave, that is still also less than Flash Gordon for me. So
yeah, mine's still less than Flash Gordon.
By half a point.
3. So yeah. I told you guys we were going to do some fun stuff, and this one was definitely fun.
Definitely.
I'm glad we switched what we were going to do instead and did this.
This is a good swap.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
This was a good swap. So we do have one more. It's towards the end of the year that is in this kind of realm. I'll throw it out there. We're going to do Big Trouble in Little China. So you're going to see some of you're going to see Raiden again, basically, where they got the Raiden character from, was from that movie. It's pretty cool, and then seeing Kurt Russell, not in Soldier, but it's seeing him in something a little bit more fun and fantastical. Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that works.
It's a fun movie. So it's definitely one to enjoy. Then we're going to do that a little bit later on this year. But I think that's it for today's show. Thank you guys all for watching, and we appreciate everyone. And until next time.
Crash and burn.
These Sci-Fi Guys is an independent broadcast and is not affiliated with this movie or TV series. We would love to hear from you. Please contact us by leaving a comment below or by emailing us thesescifiguys@gmail.com. like, subscribe, or share this podcast with someone else who enjoys science fiction.